There's a live button. Okay, something new here for those of you that have been with me for a while. You'll know that there have been changes going on at Feel Good Coaching and Consulting. And I have committed 100% to not only to my business and to you, but to myself. Because this week I have been doing what do you call it, a challenge, a kind of an online workshop in one of the Facebook groups that I'm in. One of the questions we got was, what is your fiery why? Now, that's not my phrase. That's the person who's running the challenge. So if you haven't seen me before, welcome to my YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, remember to subscribe. And I want to talk briefly about why you actually need two types of why to keep you motivated, to keep you going, especially during this time of, continuous change. Every day you wake up, there's something new happen. It's like flipping heck. How am I supposed to do this? Now, as a coach and having worked in international organizations for more than 20 years and then setting up in business 7 years ago when I lost my job, from a coaching perspective, I've always really, really enjoyed working with people to help them to nail that job interview, to write about themselves on an application form. And if you've watched any of my videos, if you've been with me for any amount of time, or you're on the fabulous Feel Good Friday video list, you will know that the pandemic completely caused my business basically to go down the toilet in February, beginning of March. And I've been pivoting, taking business online and, encouraging people to come online for training and things. And that's kind of been okay. But there's also been something inside of me that's kind of been missing. So my big why has always been, from a very small young girl, was to contribute in any way I could to make the world a better place. That was a big purpose of mine. That's why I worked with the United Nations, the OSCE, with other organizations throughout the world, serving others, doing my best to help others make their lives better, post-conflict, disaster zones, all that stuff, been there, done that. But there was still something missing. And this week, that piece finally clicked into place, actually 48 hours ago, 2 days ago, when I was listening to this video with this fabulous coach based in the US. And she was talking about, what is your fiery why? And I'm like, what do you mean fiery why? My goal is to, help people be the best version of themselves, increase their self-awareness, their self-management, using emotional intelligence to help people feel good about themselves. All the stuff you've heard me say. And she said, that's not what I'm talking about. She said, I'm talking about this other type of why. Why are you doing this work? And that was a real, like I said, wake up call. And that made me realize how important that is for the people that I'm working with, for entrepreneurs, for other women in business, to not only want to transform the life of others, to not only want to help others to succeed. And those things are important, don't get me wrong. But this second why, if that's not there, well, crikey, you're going to do what I've just done for the past 6 months. And that is to kind of go around in quite a few circles, wondering, what do I do now? How do I get to pay my bills? And just recently, that urgency has increased because of the B word, Brexit. I don't want to go. I don't want to be there. I want to stay where I am. And that requires also a financial commitment. So for me, it's no longer just about helping people such as yourself, helping women in business, have sales conversations, market themselves online, get comfortable talking about themselves, and all the stuff I've been teaching to thousands of people already, but to actually acknowledge that need for me to be financially free, to be financially successful to the extent where I can say, yeah, I made it and I'm happy and I'm a wealthy woman. And the issue is that when we start talking about that kind of stuff, then the judgments start. You're being selfish. You should be helping other people. Don't be so egotistical. Don't worry about yourself. And believe me, I've had those conversations with myself as well. So if you are a woman in business, just think about this. Have you got a second why? So your first why is, like we're all taught. And when I was training with the coaching academy, when I was training to be a coach, focus on the goal. That's your outcome. That's your why. How is that goal going to help you? How is it going to impact you? How are you going to feel when you've achieved that goal? All those things. But what we are so frequently not taught to acknowledge, to find out, is our personal why, or our fiery why, as this amazing coach was talking about. What is your personal why? And although I'm not, I'm going to be continuing with my fabulous Feel Good Friday video because I do love helping people feel good. And just to help you question, this morning I had a coaching client, and we've been working together for 6 weeks now. And it's been difficult because the pandemic has caused us to pull our priorities into a different kind of focus. And she said for the first time last week, she actually felt comfortable questioning her assumptions, that it doesn't have to be an either this or that there can be a combination of things. And this is exactly where I have landed as well. So whilst talking about these two different types of why, I'm also reaching out to you today because I'm taking my business in an exciting new direction. I'm excited about it. Coaching business women entrepreneurs. Okay. Women in business who want to be financially free. I'm specializing in the areas of women charging what they are worth. Gentlemen, nothing personal. But as we do know, we're just at about the time now in the year where women have basically stopped earning for the year in comparison to a lot of their male counterparts, although there are businesses and organizations, of course, working very hard to change that. But I'm specializing in the areas of women charging what they're worth, helping them to package up their expertise in such a way that they increase their income, that they put systems in place, making their business easier to run. Crikey, I've learned so much about systems and processes over the past 7 years. Ultimately, giving you or people like you more freedom. So if I'm speaking to you, I'd love it if you got on a discovery call with me. I'd love to talk to you more to find out, what are your two whys? And if I'm not talking to you specifically, if you don't feel that this is you and you're still watching, then, if you know somebody who's looking to grow their business, maybe somebody who's been offline and is wanting to take their business online, because we're not out of the woods by any means yet. And people, if they're looking for a business coach, if they're looking for someone to work with, the first thing they're going to do is do Google or look for somebody on Facebook or LinkedIn or whatever. It's happening online. There's no getting away from it. So if you know somebody who's looking to grow their business, I'd be very grateful. I'd love and appreciate an introduction to them. Maybe share the link that I've posted with this video with them. And I will say in advance, thank you so much for your support. There are lots of women movements around. But I also know from a coaching perspective that the trust and the rapport, it doesn't happen with everybody. I know that. I feel exactly the same about the people that I have worked with, the people that I have, where I've invested in myself to be able to do what I do now. So, as I said, I'm very excited to be moving into this new kind of area of coaching women entrepreneurs in this unique and meaningful way, fulfilling those two whys, to be able to help women in business increase their income and experience that financial freedom, but also to help them stay true, to help them stay aligned to the purpose that they have, to help them feel that, yes, they are still serving, but that the judgment, mustn't be egotistical, mustn't be show off, mustn't be all those things that so many women think they are. Yeah, that is what I'm really, really excited about. I'm so excited. Can't even get my words out. So that's what I wanted to say. Like I said, the Fabulous Feel Good Friday is not going away, and emotional intelligence remains at the core of everything I do, because if you can't be you, if you can't be comfortable and confident being you, then it's going to be very difficult to do anything in business or work, let's face it. But if you are that woman in business who wants that financial freedom, or you know of somebody who's been umming and eyeing and I don't know what to do, share the link with them. I'd love to have a chat with them. And if you've got any comments, if you've got any questions, of course, put them in the comments box below. And until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay fabulous. Loads of love, and bye for now.